As technology improves, our lives become much more convenient and much harder at the same time. It's quite simple. Once we invented the car, it was easy to travel long distances. But the disadvantage that came with that is we became reluctant to walk short distances. Something similar is happening with artificial intelligence. We're using this to generate output, and if we rely so much on AI to do our writing, very soon we'll relegate our thinking to AI too. And unfortunately, that will occur most likely. The whole point about talking about all this is to show you that when you adopt technology, you should be aware of the cons of that. And once you are aware of the cons of that, then you start acting in a manner that lets you be prepared to deal with technology rather than allow technology to enslave you. How does all this tie into the topic of what the internet is crazy about called manifestation? If you've noticed, whenever you've put a lot of effort towards an endeavor, and whenever you've made something your life, you lose the aspiration for it. Someone who is very overweight really aspires to lose weight, but the person who's already in shape, has well defined muscles, has a low body fat percentage, no longer dreams about losing fat. That person is fit. That is his condition. Similarly, someone who is hungry will think about food. However, someone who is satiated will not have thoughts of food when he has just immediately eaten. When people talk about manifestation, what they're doing is they're training you to direct your attention towards the aspiration. Now, some people may say you have to feel already having what you have, but feeling what you already will have is still directing your attention towards something that is lacking within you. You would only need to train your thoughts to imagine having something in the future if you lack them today. No one is telling people to think about doing what is necessary to live in that condition. If you want to be fit, then the necessary inputs for that is controlling your diet and having an exercise regime. These are the two essential components of getting in shape. But since we like to talk about things a lot, there are n number of books on n number of diets. Although the simplest thing about diets is to have enough fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and be in a calorie deficit. That is almost all that there is to dieting. When it comes to exercise, we either have resistance training or we have endurance training. We do something that builds our stamina or something that builds our strength and flexibility too, possibly. Since we became obsessed about talking about this, we came up with n number of variations for n number of exercises. So you see, what has actually happened is attention has shifted from the doing to the thinking, which is why people have yet not embodied that state of being the person worthy of getting what they want. This is quite similar to how we occasionally talk about starting a new venture or becoming a businessman someday. Again, the action is missing and the attention is towards the thought. And a new way of thinking arises only when you act differently. When you exercise regularly, you don't aspire to become fit anymore, because being fit then becomes your reality. You can only aspire to that which is not in your reality right now. Someone who is already fit will not have aspirations of fitness. Exercise will become second nature to this person. So, the reason why manifestation is not working for you is it is giving you the luxury of abstaining from doing what is necessary to be worthy of what you want. So, you will keep writing your affirmations, you'll keep chanting, you'll keep visualizing, and you'll be stuck where you are because all your attention and energy is directed towards thought rather than action. And even biologically speaking, we want to take the path of least resistance. Visualizing, fantasizing is resistance free. Taking action will actually manifest the obstacles that are in your path. And since taking the shortcut is what is biologically hardwired in us, we abstain from that. And because peddling promises is perhaps a very lucrative business, people are more willing to listen to someone who promises a better tomorrow as opposed to someone who's already reached there and is telling you the price that you need to pay to get to where you want. So, if you are honest with yourself, instead of visualizing, instead of fantasizing, you will actually be taking stock of the things you're doing to be worthy of what you want. That's very inconvenient because that will bring awareness of all the obstacles that are there, that will require you to deal with frustration and setbacks. And since technology is trying to make our lives so much easier, we become quite allergic towards taking effort to do what is needed. That's why people who speak the truth of how things are always hated, because they're here to tell you that it's possible, but it's very difficult to accomplish what you set out to do. So make the choice today of doing that which is necessary to be worthy of what you want rather than talking about it.